Yo, what's going on, ladies? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I want to tell y'all how to tell the difference between a guy who actually likes you and a guy who's just sexually attracted to you. Okay? The difference between a guy who actually likes you and a guy who is just sexually attracted to you. Now, what I notice is a lot of women, what they'll try to do is they'll try to withhold sex from certain guys for a while. And, you know, in an attempt to get this guy to take her seriously, you know, you're like, well, I don't want him to think I'm a slut or whatever it is like that. So I'm going to sort of, you know, not give in and have sex with this guy too quickly. I'm going to make him work for it. I'm going to, you know, present this sort of vibe that, you know, I'm not just here for sex and so forth and so on. Right now, what's interesting about that is that is not the correct way to, you know, tell if a guy is actually interested in you or just sexually attracted to you, or that is not the correct way to, you know, see if a guy likes you. Right now, what you have to understand is that in order to actually see if a guy likes you or he's just sexually attracted to you, you actually have to have sex with this guy. Like, you have to have sex with the dude. I'm sorry, ladies. This is what it is. And the reason why I say you have to have sex with him is because until you have sex, right, you're not going to get the part out the way of seeing if this guy is just sexually attracted to you. Because what happens is that even if, let's say, for example, you got some sucker to wait 3 months before he had sex with you, some guys will do that. You know, they'll talk to other girls, they'll, you know, do their thing here, you know, on the side or here and there, whatever, and wait for you to get ready. And then you have sex with him and then he'll just bounce after that. That can happen. That happens a lot of times. So that doesn't really work where you're trying to make the guy wait, right? Now, let's first talk about what's the difference between him actually liking you and him just being sexually attracted to you. So a guy just being sexually attracted to you means that he only looks at you as someone he wants to have sex with, right? He may not necessarily like you. And what you have to understand is that guys can have sex with women that they don't like. Like a dude does not have to like you at all. You understand what I'm saying? He can just look at you, be physically attracted to you, and want to have sex with you, right? And so what happens is a lot of women will get confused because they're thinking because a guy is coming around and having sex, that means that he's interested in her like that, or that it could lead to a relationship. And what I'm telling you is that that is not the case all the time, right? And sometimes what will happen is the guy who's sexually attracted to you, he will continue to have sex with you, you know, on a consistent basis. So you're thinking, oh, this might be leading to somewhere because I keep seeing him every week, right? But then what happens is you see him, y'all keep hooking up, and then all of a sudden he falls off, right? And so what I wanted to tell you, ladies, is the difference. How do you tell the difference between a guy who actually likes you, and likes you means that he likes you as a person, meaning that he actually wants to be around you and eventually be with you to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? So I want to talk about the difference between a guy who likes you and a guy who's just sexually attracted to you, and how you can tell the difference, right? So here we go. Now, understand that almost all men who interact with you, try to take you on a date, talk to you, whatever, almost all those guys are sexually attracted to you, which is why they're interacting with you in the first place. You understand? They are all sexually attracted to you. Now, all men who are sexually attracted to you, right, doesn't mean that all these guys like you. So just because a guy is sexually attracted to you doesn't mean he likes you. So out of all the guys that interact with you, damn near all of them are sexually attracted to you. So let's say, you know, like 20 guys are trying to talk to you. I'm just putting a number out there. All 20 of those guys are sexually attracted to you, right? But what you're going to find out is out of those 20 guys, maybe 2 really like you. You understand? And so the way to figure out the difference is this, right? The way to know that if a guy really, really likes you, and both of these situations involve you having sex. So there's no way to figure this out without having sex. I just want you to understand that. The way to find out if a guy actually likes you, right? And this is gonna, shock some of you. You're not gonna believe what I'm saying, but this is really what it is. The way to actually know if a guy really likes you is that a man has to be consistent with you for at least 6 months, right? He has to be consistent with you for at least 6 months, and the consistency has to involve non-sexual things. Okay? He has to be consistent with you for at least 6 months, and the consistency has to involve non-sexual things. Right? So what that means is, yeah, he can have sex with you. He'll still be having sex with you, but he also has to add non-sexual things within those 6 months. And when I say consistency, what I mean is that let's say you've been seeing a guy for 6 months. You probably see him maybe once a week, once every week and a half, right? For 6 months. That's consistency. And within those 6 months, he's not just fucking you. So that means that, scratch out the first, dates that y'all had before you had sex. So after the first time you had sex, right, with this man, have you done other non-sexual things after the first time you've had sex with this guy within 6 months? So that means, let's say you went out with a guy, you went out on 2 dates, and then y'all finally had sex or whatever after the second date, right? Now, after that second date, right? And let's say that was within the first 2 weeks of knowing each other, whatever. After that second date, have you guys went out again within the past 6 months? Or has he just been coming over and having sex with you, and have you just been coming over his house and having sex? Right? See, him actually liking you means that you have to be doing other things outside of sex. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that y'all go out to eat, y'all go to the movies, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have long conversations on the phone, whatever the hell it is, within those 6 months, right? And so if there is only sex happening, right, within those 6 months, then you don't know if this guy really, really likes you, because all you guys are doing is having sex. But if there are things that are happening outside of sex within those 6 months, right, that is a sign that he actually likes you. And what I would say also too is that the closer it gets to the 6th month and y'all are doing, stuff outside of sex, the better. So what I mean is that, let's say you've been seeing a guy for 2 months and y'all been fucking, but he, I don't know, took you out to play mini golf or something in the 2nd month. Like, that's cool and all, but it's still the 2nd month. It's still kind of early. But if he took you out to play mini golf on the 6th month, right, that means he likes you. You see what I'm saying? So the further down the line he's doing non-sexual things with you, that's showing that he actually likes you. See, a lot of you ladies would think that, because a guy is fucking texting you good morning beautiful and he's taking you out to dinner on the second date, that he actually likes you. No, him liking you is him doing non-sexual things over a period of time, meaning that it's getting to the 6th, 7th, 8th month and he's still seeing you, having sex with you, but also doing things outside of sex. That means he likes you, right? And when I say consistent, I mean that this is a guy who has to be seeing you at least once a week, once every week and a half. So consistency is not, let's say you met a guy in January, y'all been hanging out, y'all went out 2 or 3 times in January, and then he kind of was like, back and forth all over the place, and then you seen him in like April. You understand? And then you didn't see him again until like the end of June. That's not consistency. That's not you seeing him over 6 months. Seeing him over 6 months means that there is a consistency where at least every week or week and a half, you guys are getting together. You know, y'all have sex, y'all talk, hang out, and y'all do other things within that time. So, you know, the thing that I teach guys, you know, for my men's channel is when I teach guys to vet women, I teach guys, you know, for the first, 3 months, it should just be hooking up, because I teach guys how to vet women. And then I say after the 3rd month, then you can start taking a woman out, doing a little bit more things and all that other stuff. Now, I know some of y'all are probably frowning on that, like, look, Kari, are you crazy? Blah, 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 right? Now, beyond me even teaching guys that, understand that men, right, when they actually like you, they want to be around you and interact with you non-sexually. That does not mean they don't want to have sex with you, because they still want to have sex. The sex is included, but there's also the inclusion of non-sexual things. Now, when a guy is only sexually attracted to you, that means that there's going to be little to no non-sexual activity in your situation. That means that your activity with this guy is going to be 95, 98, 99% sexual. So that means that if you're seeing a guy and all y'all do is fuck, and it's been, 6, 7, 8 months, the only time you see him is inside his house or inside your house, that means he's just sexually attracted to you. He doesn't really like you, overall. Right? If he just hits you up 2 a.m, come over, y'all do what you do, and that's it, he's only sexually attracted to you, even if y'all been consistently doing this for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. That means he just sees you as a fuck buddy. So he's sexually attracted to you. Also, if you are in a situation where, you had sex with a guy once or twice and then he just falls off, that means he was just sexually attracted to you. Right? So understand that a man being like actually liking you takes time. And what I mean is, it takes time for you to recognize his interest by the fact that he's consistent and he wants to do non-sexual things with you also. You understand? But if it's really just a sex thing, you'll notice, because, like, let's say, for example, you first go out, he might take you out to, get drinks or something, or he might even take you out to dinner the first date. Dudes do that too, right? And so let's say, you sleep with him the second date or something, or even a third date. But at whatever point you sleep with this guy, from that point on, if it just turns into sex, you understand what I'm saying? Or sex mainly, from that point on, he's just sexually attracted to you. He doesn't really like you. So even if, let's say, for example, you go on 3 dates, you have sex with this guy, then, for the next, 2 months, y'all see each other once a week, y'all just keep having sex, right? And then let's say one day he, says, hey, let's go get some pizza real quick. I'm hungry. Yeah, go get pizza. But then it goes right back to sex the next 2-3 months. He's just sexually attracted to you. He doesn't really like you like that, because he's not spending time with you outside of sex. He's not trying to plan any more dates. He's not trying to really talk to you on the phone too much. He's just hitting you up whenever he wants to get his dick wet. And this is what happens right now. There's nothing wrong with him just being sexually attracted to you if, you are just sexually attracted to him and you see no potential as any type of long-term situation. But understand that, do not get it confused and think because a guy is giving you attention sexually on a consistent basis, that means he actually likes you. Him liking you is him giving you attention on a consistent basis where he's having sex with you, but also he's adding in non-sexual things consistently too. So what I mean is that, the guy is also like sort of doing boyfriendy things before he's even officially a boyfriend, right? And not necessarily saying that he needs to, give you boyfriend energy. But what happens is as time goes on, he's giving you a little bit more attention that has nothing to do with sex. You understand what I'm saying? So again, like I said, in the first or second month, him taking you out or doing whatever doesn't really matter because it's still early and it's not enough time for him to show consistency. But around the 4th, 5th, 6th month, if he's consistently seeing you, having sex with you, and around that time adding in non-sexual things, meaning, yeah, let's go out, let's go, to go get something to eat, let's go to the movies, let's go take a walk in the park, let's go, play some games at this event or whatever the hell it is. He's trying to include you in certain things and he wants to see you outside of sex and spend some time with you. That is a guy who likes you. But essentially what I'm saying is you're not going to really know if a guy really likes you until later on down the line. Until around the 5th, 6th month, you are not going to really know if a guy likes you. Right? Now, a guy could like you earlier than that and be feeling you before that, but I'm just saying in general, you're not going to really know. And the reason why you're not going to really know is that the same way that you're seeing if he's consistent, he has to see how consistent you are. So there needs to be consistency on your part and he has to still fill you out over time. And the more that he's filling you out over time and he sees that on a consistent basis, you're on point, you're not giving him any trouble, not giving him any drama. He sees that, you're doing things for him and sort of like responding to him in ways that he likes. He starts to like you more and more. And then this is what makes him say, you know what? Like, this is the type of chick that could be wifey. You understand? Now, a lot of guys who don't have game, they usually like to wife girls up really quickly. And what happens is that I know for a lot of you ladies, it feeds your ego to know that a guy wants to be with you this quickly. So you're gonna have some guys who are gonna want to like be with you within the first month and make you their girl and all that other stuff. Now, I'll have a whole nother video about that, about how that's a red flag. But understand that the thing is, you're not going to really know if a guy really is interested in you until 5 or 6 months down the line. And that's because he needs to actually get a feel for you on a consistent basis to see if he actually likes you as a person. Some guys will get infatuated by certain women because they're physically attracted to the woman. They think she's beautiful. They're like, oh my God, she's so hot. And so they're infatuated at first, but then they have sex with the woman a few times. The high wears off and then they keep it moving. And that's a guy who was just sexually attracted to you. So sometimes a guy's energy and the way he comes at you may make you think he's really interested, but he's just really excited about the fact that he's with a woman that looks like you. He's like, oh, she's so hot. He's all excited. He has sex with you a few times. He gets used to the sex. He realizes that he's not really feeling your personality. For some reason, it just don't click, and then he bounces. So that guy is the guy who's just sexually attracted to you. But then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the guy who, he is, seeing you, y'all are having sex. He's liking the vibe. He's seeing you like once a week, once every week and a half, whatever it is. And, things are progressing and he starts to want to, do more things and see you more and invite you to situations and events and things that he got going on and starting to try to make you part of his situation. And that is the type of guy who likes you. And that is the type of guy who it will usually lead down the path of, y'all becoming boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife type, shit like that. All right. So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you ladies have any questions, click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.